Alright everybody, welcome to the video. We are playing some Jeski Control in quick constructed, the singleton competitive format. So we gotta take a mulligan down to 6, but we've got a pretty decent mull to 6. We've got counter magic on 3 if our opponent is slow, and if they're aggressive we have a fiery cannonade and cleansing nova to kind of clean up the mess. So opponent plays an Izzet Guild Gate. If this is a control mirror, we're in a little bit of trouble, but if it's wizards, we should be pretty good. Well, I say that now. If this is a control mirror, we have the sideboard card of all sideboard cards in our main deck. Niv Mizzet is insane. And we get to Fairy. So as much as I like the quote-unquote winless conditions into Fairy, I like throwing a Niv Mizzet, and I even have an Azur the Lawbringer in the deck as well. I will go ahead and Sinister Sabotage this just to make sure that we hit a land. We want to just try to ramp into some lands. Tribunal will go to the bottom. But I like Niv Mizzet as a win condition because, especially as the format goes on, you might see a lot of blue-black decks that are running that 3-mana spell that lets you rip 4 cards out of somebody's library. And if they could sneak that through to Fairy, you're in a lot of trouble. So we don't really want that to happen. And we do have a negate here, so we're hoping that we get to negate a big spell from our opponent. And then we will hopefully jam this to Fairy and start going more for the win. Because I think that once we have to Fairy down and Niv Mizzet, we just have a pretty solid lock on the game. And we definitely want our opponent to make the first move here. Because it's all based upon whether or not this is a land. Alright, looks like our opponent is deep in the tank right now, figuring out what their next play is going to be. Alright, Tormenting Voice. I do want to negate Tormenting Voice. Because they had to discard a card there, it makes it a 2-for-1. And we're kind of playing the card advantage game right now. Alright, there is a mission briefing, which we will probably fire off at instep to potentially hit a land. It looks like our opponent left up counter magic with that last play. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and mission briefing here to Surveil 2. And we don't hit a land, and yeah, I just want to go for a land. Like, I just want to go for a land. We will just target Sinister Sabotage because we have to, but there we go. We hit a land, and I don't really want to play anything until I get to the Niv Mizzet. So we just need a blue source, and then we're in business. There is a Primal Amulet. So it looks like this is some kind of amulet deck, which we might just fire off the Cleansing Nova here. Nope, new plan. We're gonna play... Oh. So this takes 4 spells. Yeah, we'll go ahead and cast Niv Mizzet here. Because they have to have Fight with Fire to get rid of it, and then he replaces himself, so... Against the blue-red spells deck, I think this might be the best card in the matchup. It means that we can't use... Oh, Blink of an Eye. Yeah, so we draw that. Target our opponent. And... Oh, gosh. I mean, they have counter magic. Like... I just don't know. Let's go ahead and enter tapped. Play Niv Mizzet again. And we will ship the turn, see if maybe there's another Blink of an Eye here. So if our opponent has to cast 3 spells here. Murmuring Mystic. Fight with Fire, so we will draw a card. Oh my gosh, there's an Azure the Lawbringer. God, this is... We have just all the silver bullets against our opponent right now. So we're going to go ahead and play... we're going to play Cleansing Nova, actually. And get rid of his Primal Amulet, since this looks like to be his big plan. And we will ship the turn. We can use this Fiery Cannonade to clean up this stuff here. And... let's see here. If we can draw a counter spell, we get to play Teferi with counter magic up, or we get to play Azure with counter magic up. So I'm going to go ahead and play Azure the Lawbringer here. It's probably the most game-breaking spell that we have. So they can't cast instant or sorceries. I think that the Sphinx's Rave here, if we get it off, is just going to end the game. So they might try to bounce our Azure. Yeah, blink of an eye with kicker. That will resolve. So they draw a card. The Azure trigger still goes on the stack. So they can't cast instant and sorceries. And they're going to shock us to get another bird. That's fine. That will resolve. And we'll just go ahead and cannonade away the board here. So they can't cast instant and sorcery spells here, so we're going to get hit for 1. Alright, we have a Syncopade. So we still technically can't... get through and ionize or anything like that. So we'll go ahead and play the Azure again. And if he goes for the kicked blink of an eye one more time, this will be the blowout we're looking for. And our opponent scoops it up. Where there you have it, guys. That is Jeski Control with Azure and Niv Mizzet. We ran into a good matchup. So if you liked the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share. And we will see you next game. Thanks.